1, 2, 2. Yeah, 1, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, 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 yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2.
Them little fool that try copy them fish.
Babes, I tell the boys that my friend somebody else. And him for
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 2.
and him can't eat.
Just forget about the boy. Come cross when it I'm tell
1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 2. Yeah, 1, 2.
We tell your friend them you can't do it. You just need them
Check one.
You left the boy I'm mad, we say you are mad. I text you one, I tell you same can't sleep. The boy say you lie.
Check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Audio check 1, 2, 3. Testing sound and quality. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Why mid look crack? Mid alright? 2, 2. Check 1. 1, 2, 2, 2. 1 and 1 for pop. 1 for lollipop. 2. Check 1, 2, 3.
You are my bad girl, come and like it. Grip me like a vice. Like a tree from a you know our job, let's see. Continuously. So hope you stop it.
So why not tell the other one them to do it,
Do our time.
Yeah, man. Good to go.
Tough time, you mostly feel pain. Enough time, you know it a change. Hard work, it boasts in my vein. Man, I do this on me heart, a family must gain. For some girls, I'm only got rich. Me sure love them, only give shame. But them never know, say life is a stage. Blessings are great. Me fully focus and me never change. Remember the poor rounds I can rearrange. I do hard and yes I fully flame. Every get a you try you fit touch a plane. Can't wait, can't pan it on a train. Make the nickel dollar for the dollar stain. Stick in a pocket, mama happy that for we aim. No one no grudge against somebody rather hold the fear. Go on out till me reach down grave. Cause I feel breathe till me reach all the edge. So me start the dollars and me bust them case. Share with my friends I feel make some ways. Selfish thing now go no way. And if you're bad mind for now your face give thanks to the blessings every morning me wake. I'm more life me I tell them. Some things that people do me make it slide. Sit back and roll a vibe and could I yet me tell them die me I go always on the guy now. Pretty signs is that I'm mankind. Rookies are trying to live up on my mind now. But me feel that you're no legacy in a rhyme. You never ever see me sit down at a riser. Someone go make it and them never give a dime. Someone a set it and the youth them a feel nice. Listen to get it and I hope you realize. Waiting at your vice. And me now wait for no food and some boy you give strength and I love them out. Loyal friends alone me link up. Upgrade lifestyle like that we talk about. Man I win, man I star, I know from me band. Tough times you must feel pain. Enough time you know it a change. Hard work it boasts in my vein. And I do this on me heart, a family must gain. For some girls I only got rich. They sure love them only give shit. I bet them never know say life is hard. Blessings are great.
Now me there so, now me they run the show. All my ladies round the knee. Sexy ladies in a wine. I love the way una they go there. The way una they give me una bam bam. They drive me go crazy. This thing that sweet me don't enter my brain. Oh, yeah. All my homies now we are one day. Oh, sexy lady, shake up your bum bum bum. Yeah, shake up your bum bum bum. Let me see you shake up your bum bum bum. Give me your dum dum dum. You make me sing, say what a bam bam. I love the way they give me this your bam bam. Girl, I like it so bad, your bam bam. They make me go crazy. You make me sing, say what a bamba. I love the way you give me this your bamba. Girl, I like it so bad, your bamba. Go make me go crazy. Tell me I like your bamba. Tell me I like your bamba. Tell me I like your bamba. Girl, it's your bamba. They make me the place. Give me your bam bam bam. Some men they like the bigger one, other one they like the smaller one. But me I choose the medium one. He don't sweet me, For this bamba thing they will kill me. My people don't know help me. Me I'm ready to go anywhere the bamba day. I don't crazy, I don't mad, I don't go.
Montego Bay. For the hottest breads, buns, bullas, visit Time and Patience Bakery, 44 Railway Lane and 6 Bonnet Lane, Montego Bay. A courteous and efficient staff awaits you. The Time by Time and Patience Bakery. Telephone 979-3660 is
6:15.
Whoa, like, what exactly is happening here?
What's the scoop? What's the scoop? What's the scoop?
Radio for the new world.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Great. Awesome. That program you hot.
Saturday morning.
I think you represent for WTS. What's the scoop? Well, all them want it. That's how we flaunt it. And them need it and them want it.
You wanna know?
Yeah. They never know some have to spell it. WTS.
What's the scoop? What's the scoop?
Fun, factual, fun, and unbiased. Your girl TIFAN. Exactly.
Quick cook set. Rice. WTS. Check out what's the scoop. Jang.
Check.
Papa Mix like it's indeed a new year. Happy New Year, Mac and Pop.
You see it, I mean, Happy New Year. I feel like me tell you all about time already, and I just not feel so, January 1st-ish again. It feel new same way, but it don't feel like, it feel like everybody be tell everybody half year Happy New Year already.
It's our first WTS for 2022.
Yeah.
And Happy New Year to our listeners. Happy New Year to the entire team. We can't say it enough. It's the first show.
No, me tell them, me say everybody and tell them, the most me have to say is Jamaica Happy New Year again.
True.
Yeah, you don't
Hope you
know.
tell anybody Happy New Year.
Yeah, been saying it.
Yeah.
You've been saying it.
We've been doing the new year. We're going into the
right?
The 8th day. We're approaching the 9th day soon. It's still new but you know the thing go. Kish me tell you again Happy New Year. Tell you Happy New Year again.
Yeah, for real. Like from last year, I'm gonna say so.
Yeah, that's all like it. That's true. It's been yeah, I haven't seen you for
Jaja
last year on screen.
Yeah. But how you want to get into the dish though, Mac? Because a lot has happened.
Yeah, you don't know. I mean, anyway, you want to start it. I could pick up the team first. Of course, Peter Bradbar and of course Wilbert Wisdom is in the building, aka Crack. You don't know, big up yourself as always, and you don't know DJ Lollipop as always.
Yeah, for sure. Big up to the entire team. Big up, of course, to our listeners also. It's a new year.
Yeah.
They've been with us. They've been kicking it with us, and they always keep it locked to WTS on U107s. You know how we do.
For sure.
Hopefully, very soon, Mac, we can have our in-studio performances. But at the rate at how Omicron is going, in addition to that, I hear there is a new one, IHU. Persons are already saying I hate you,
and they probably
move along already.
True, and there's probably another one after that one. You never know.
Isn't it kind of tiresome with just how this is going on? Lingering.
Yeah. Really. Yeah. Facts. I mean, personally speaking, I believe that this would have been gone a long time ago. In fact, even in 2020, I was thinking of a few more months. I wasn't expecting to go through 2021 and then we're in 2022 now,
And it's the same thing.
And then possibly next year.
It is very probable because at the rate at how things are going, it's not like you're getting an inclination or some sign that, things will get back to normal. I mean, people soon reach a point where what exactly is normal isn't normal, trying to juggle the pandemic, because here it is, we are in a new year. We thought this would be over and done with.
Still living the new normal.
Look, as a parent, how do you feel about, children resuming face to face?
Something, the truth is, while we think of, protecting our kids, we also, not a lot of, the truth is, I don't think a lot of kids are really, gravitating as how they should be gravitating in terms of learning and grasping and, being at the level in which they should have if it is that they were doing face to face. And so, many kids work, differently in regarding to how best they move forward and learn. Some kids are doing better than some, I must say, because some kids, some children, it works for them, but others not so much. And some for a certain time, especially, boys versus girls and so on, etc. But I believe that, face to face is really the ultimate, but just to think about going through all of that and how safe the kids can be, and we understand of the system of trying to protect the kids and so on, but I honestly believe that to sit back, we have to do something and just hope that everybody follow through with all the protocols, because I really believe that the face-to-face, especially here in Jamaica, the face-to-face is very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to underscore, what you said, education in general is vital, and online learning, it can be a struggle unless you know how to learn at your own pace, and it takes some amount of discipline. So I know a lot of parents also welcome the face-to-face, but in the same breath, you're wondering, is my child too young to go back into a face-to-face situation during a pandemic? What will happen if they just want to take their mask off for a little bit just to get some fresh air? Because you know how it is, just wearing a mask for a lengthy period of time.
Exactly.
It can become frustrating. Then you also have to look at how challenging it is for the teachers as well. Imagine a full classroom in the midst of a pandemic, having to encourage children to keep their mask on, sanitize, practice proper hand washing, etc. So us as parents, we still have a job to do to help the teachers to also help our children. And when you look at even the transportation leg, Mac, when some children have to take buses and taxis in order to get to school, are the taxi operators, men and women, are they practicing social distancing? Or you're saying 5 children on the back seat? What happens in that process? What role is it that each of us should and must play?
Absolutely. Just to mention this real quickly, the persons on YouTube channel right now, they're hearing just the rhythm based on what they're saying. So we're going to be touching base and with our technical team and see how we can resolve that issue. So a lot of persons talking about just hearing the rhythm. So, we're sorting that out so you can actually hear us here, because, we are fully on, is it? But
right.
Yeah, Kish.
Hopefully they did hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, Kish. Same thing. Definitely, we're looking forward to. I can't wait for this just move past so that everybody can, because, it's very important that, the kids, they stay protected and, stay safe. And so, we can protect them as much as we can as long as they're going out there. I'm not sure how fully protected they can be.
And that is why it's a collaborative effort. It takes us as adults to, play our part. So we really hope the taxi operators will play their part, teachers and, just people in general.
Nice. Once again, big up to the technical team. I just saw a comment a while ago on YouTube channel saying that they can hear us now. Wonderful. This is how we do things, is it?
Are we giving DJ Kemar 2 thumbs up, or
No,
is it Peter
DJ
Broadbent?
Kemar is actually off. I mean, so no thumbs up for him for this week.
Okay, so we're giving Broadbent
but
it's a
simultaneous big up between Broadbent and Wilbert Wisdom, aka Crack, right?
Happy
Who you going
New
to share? You going to share?
Mr. Wisdom.
So Mr. Wisdom, where you say Peter? him say fix long time. Him say fix long time.
Sure.
Yeah, man. So who get it? Peter or you, Crack? All the way. Cooler, man.
Oh, you want to get into the dish, Mac?
Anyway, you want to start it?
Well, of course, with the new year comes new tax requirements for people conducting business on third-party payment apps like Zelle, PayPal, and Cash App. Under the new tax law that took effect on January 1, 2022, these apps are now required to report transactions for goods and services that exceed $600 during a calendar year to the IRS.
Okay.
Now, following this move, some industry players fear that the new rule will affect the sound system dubplate business. According to Irish and Chin, via Twitter, they wrote, large sums of cash are involved in the transactions and largely go unreported, hence not taxed. Now the IRS is cracking down, leaving several dub session runners on the hook, suddenly owing back taxes. Despite what Irish and Chin is saying, though the new rule became effective with the new year, it isn't applicable to the 2021 tax season, and small business need not to take it into consideration until the 2022 tax filing season begins next year. This also means that Cash App users might also expect to clarify the nature of transactions made and received. And according to Fox Business, the new rule only applies to payments received for goods and services. So this is the introduction of, clamping down on these online platforms that persons initially thought, were free of certain taxation and certain things. Here it is, the government is stepping in as it relates to these online platforms. And to me, this is just the beginning of what's to come, because you see continuously there are efforts as it relates to trying to regulate the online platform.
Absolutely. And, we've seen this before COVID, but even though that COVID is here and not going anywhere anytime soon based on what we're seeing, it appears that they too realize that most transactions are moving towards online payments and, persons doing remittances and all of these different things online. So, yeah, it's a way that, they're, thinking to collect. But I do agree with, the Irish, I think it was that you said, Irish making mention that, as it relates to entertainers and so on. It's definitely a sad story for them as it relates to that in terms of, funds that they have to now pay.
The good thing is it will not take effect until the 2022 tax season. So at least they will have an opportunity to get certain things in order since it took effect January 1, 2022. So it's not like there is going to be a backlog looking at 2021, whatever transactions happen then, that is just null and void as they move forward. So at least it is not, falling in their laps, but they can now know that using these spaces, these are the new rules, the criteria, the measures in place, and ultimately to apply
especially
accordingly.
As it relates to the US. So,
pretty much.
Yeah, I don't think you can go around it, when you go on to that. All right, so in other news, Kish, so Cranium, he mentioned something quite interesting recently. He said that, a lot of entertainers who, call for unity in the dancehall, they tend to want to do that when they are losing relevance. So he's pretty much saying that, which is a very interesting point, and I may say that there are some similar situations where it is somewhat, it could be a case of that, as well as it could be just a case of everybody just get mature and old and just decide, say, you know what, not. But he's saying that there are some entertainers that call for unity. And at the point that they call for unity is usually when, you know, the momentum is not there anymore, them career not as hot, and them losing the steam. And as a result of that, you know, that's the time that they, you know, chose to say, hey, you know, I'm going to talk to so and so now because it don't know me feel like, say, boy, we can bear the hatchet. And him technically, me feel like him have a very valid point.
No lies told, and it's not like he's trying to say he's not for unity or he doesn't want unity. But it would be brilliant to see unity when entertainers are at the top of their game.
Right.
For instance, look at even the hip hop sector when you had Kanye West and Drake, you know, going at odds, and both of them came together. They did a concert together, and fans absolutely loved it. We're not seeing situations like that in our industry where two top entertainers who fans probably perceive don't get along can just look past the pettiness and come together for the sake of unity and pool resources. And we could be so much further, Mac, if the industry itself could look past certain little things and see the bigger picture and come together and make moves and make things happen without, for instance, a DJ Khaled having to come to Jamaica to bring certain entertainers together, even on a track. If we can come together and do that on our own when people are at the top of their game in their prime, great things can happen.
Absolutely. I was saying this morning that oftentimes you have two entertainers, for example, in dancehall. And I mean, you know, them have two different fan base, and it would be so wonderful. It would be good for know that 2022 is a year that them can collaborate, you know, and do just a wonderful song for the fans them. I mean, I'm not tell you say you have to like everything but, you know, how a person operate or move, but at least you can collaborate and say we make music, you know. You're not my favorite person, but guess what I go on? You're a bad artist or you're a bad singer or whatever, and guess what? I'm going to do my part and you do your part, and we make the fans them happy. And if you come to the test and we have to perform, when the place open up, we perform it together for the fans them. Me go my yard, you go your yard after. Everybody
absolutely. And that what you just said, not everybody is in a space or a place where they can openly give credit and acknowledge that, look, you're a really great entertainer, you're a great artist, you're very talented. And when you look at it, it is difficult not to see that part of what is putting a damper on the business itself are the big egos and the lack of education and an understanding to you know, intelligently reason out certain situations and have a conversation, and these two things combined just create the rift within the industry and among the entertainers.
Absolutely. And then there's also another situation where sometimes an entertainer may possibly think about it, but then him have some persons around him where I say, artist, I want to him first reach out to you. You feel like him no more than you. Nobody link him, man. Go on like you see him done to say over here, and him no want come over. You understand some little thing? So sometimes you know, as the person who is in charge, have to make the move and say, listen, you know, so me and the artist here, we not have done. Go ahead, Lollipop.
Vibes Cartel and Move Harder did something similar like that publicly.
Yes, for about 3 or 4 songs, I think they recorded.
And they were at Arts
too.
and them did Bury the Hatchet.
Yeah.
Remember them do a show.
Man.
Jamboree.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And you know, several. I mean, them that don't mean say them are good friends, but at the end of the day, they came together and made music. And I feel like
absolutely,
because we reach a point now where last year we had some issues as it relates to just them even being involved. I mean, an artist don't want voice on a rhythm because the producer voice the artist. All these things must cut out, man.
No, absolutely. That level of pettiness, you have to rise above it for 2022. You have to be able to agree to disagree. You must at some point see the bigger picture and can just view the business standpoint of things and just make some boss moves.
Yeah. So big up to Cranium on that. He also went on to say some other things as well in regarding to even reaching out to collaborate with some entertainers, and then they chose not to collaborate at that point. But even you know, when the thing kind of somewhat, go down a little bit. I mean, in terms of steam, then that's the time they
want a career revival.
Yeah, man. We should have do that song there, but 5 years did I check if you do a song and he never did want to do it. So yeah, I agree with him point.
Yeah. Now, in other news inside the dish, I'm honestly tired of Jamaica. When you really look at Jamaica, it is built for the normal man to fail and become a felon, said dancehall entertainer Cecile. On Saturday morning, Cecile took to Twitter to express her feelings. On the social media platform, she tweeted, quote, "I can't point a finger at one elected official that fights for the people. They only fight against each other, but not really for change for the people." And recently, of course, Prime Minister Andrew Holness cried at a prayer breakfast as he laments that the high crime rate is heartbreaking.
Yeah, I saw that. Speaking of that, did you see the bishop, doing his rendition of Bounty's song?
Look here, I saw the bishop. I watched the video a few times and I thought to myself, how did Bishop get to inject his words? He must have sat down and listened to that Bounty Killer song entirely.
Of course.
Word for word. I also trust that the Bishop is a Bounty Killer fan, perhaps in another life, and have the opportunity. You remix Killer song and,
The Bishop, it shot, it shot, and guess what? To the way in which him deliver it, it clearly means that him know the words them will replace with all of these wonderful words.
Of course him know the words. Him know the words. Like how I look at it, I said this brethren is a fan. Is a Bounty Killer fan.
Or possibly a dancehall fan too, and probably more so listen to some other tunes.
Knock desk, beat him chest, spit the words, spit the lyrics word for word. He did it all.
And the Prime Minister wasn't crying at that time when he was doing that too. It was just rolling a vibe.
Look here, and in the same breath, dancehall still gets a fight.
Yeah, that's the twist. Good point. Good point. Valid point too.
Oh, what else is in the dish?
All right, so a couple of things, but let's go to Jacure, of course. So you don't know, it's like 4 days left before we know exactly what's happening as it relates to him. Of course, he's supposed to do a hearing come January 12th. So hopefully things work out in his favor as it relates to him getting bail or being able to leave. But as we know, he's still in Amsterdam and he's still waiting come Wednesday to know exactly, what his verdict is, or whether or not if it is that they'll, extend the time. I don't know. But, we continue to say it's a very bad situation, and we really and truly never wanted or never expected a situation like this to happen again for Cure as it relates to being remanded. And you don't know, we're seeing, I'm sure he must, miss him that, and, all them just miss freedom. Freedom is a hell of a thing, and, make we see what go on come Wednesday. I am put himself in that situation.
Definitely want to see what happens, and if it's a situation where, he will be given a new life, a new opportunity. And if given a new life and a new opportunity, what will he do with it?
Boy,
will it be a same thing? Because looking at his past,
there you go.
You can say he was given an opportunity again and a fair shot at life.
Absolutely. So it's a second run. So you end up in a situation like this. My question will go on Wednesday.
Does he have 9 lives?
Or 8?
Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, but yeah.
All right, so now that we're out of the dish, Mac, it's time for the big ups and the burnouts. Boy, we can't shut
we talk a really while ago still, on a really.
All right, so we're kicking things off with Pop. Pop, what's your big up this week?
This week, I just want to big up Kishima hairstylist. Because your hairstyle is shot right now.
Sir.
Kish, turn from side to side. Let me see something.
Look good.
Look at that. Watch here.
But I have to big up myself though. But thank you. Because we're talented like that.
And I also want to big up your stylist whosoever did your wardrobe. because their outfit is looking spectacular, you know.
No, so probably because it's a roll in.
Kishima and done, you know.
Right? No.
So let's big up Kishima. She looking like 2022.
Then that's how she's supposed to look.
Brand new.
Jeez.
Look at that.
She look brand new.
She just tear off the plastic.
Yeah, like she just come out of the plastic.
Boy.
And that.
Big up yourself, Pop. Thanks to the big up.
Publicly promote what Crack say. But I don't like you listen to what Crack say. But we don't publicly say it, you know, but yeah.
What Crack
no, man,
say?
Him say something good, man. Him just a remind. Technically, Lollipop no say, you know. You know what time it is. Yeah, is that?
Well, me just have to make sure because she look good, you know. So
yeah, man, true.
Her up.
Absolutely.
Alright, big up yourself, really Pop. Give thanks to the big up. Yeah, man.
Cool, man. We have big
On
up.
that note, I want to extend the big ups, just big up people in general who starting the new year with a fresh mind, new approach, and it's about that progressive mindset. You just want to be good and do good and grow your empire. Big up to those people who are preaching positivity. And all the best for the new year.
Straight. I like that. Alright, so my big up for this week. May I big up the people them who know say, guess what I go on, you know, say, them did have like a 1 or 2 habit in the last year and them sister boy it never work for them in the best way. And 2022 them say, you know, say, nobody have to tell them. Them just say, you know, say, me I gotta switch up that something there and Lego that something there around there so and keep it in 2021 and move forward for 2022. Big up to you.
Mad. It's a good look. Proper big up that. So you have to know when to Lego certain things, you know.
Yeah,
enough people don't know that.
No. See it
so we create the balance now. Of the big ups, burn out. Pop, what's your burn out this week?
You know, this week, I want to burn out some people. Every year, them talk about new year, new me.
Yeah.
And them still now do nothing.
Not a thing.
To make a change in them life. Them still.
No, they burn out the win.
Them still have the same dirty habits. Them.
Like also, Pop.
Still now make no progress. Them now make no effort to make no progress.
Me know you always know one person, you know.
Them know themselves, man. They want to listen. So. That's why I'm burn them out. They just attack, but them not put no action to it.
Yeah. A real burn out that Pop.
Yeah, man. So
I endorse that burn out 100%, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, burn out now.
Well, you know, I just want burn out some people who are harboring criminals and criminal elements, and you know within your heart and your consciousness, you see with your 2 eyes that this individual or individuals are evil, but you still uphold with the slackness and tolerate it. You are just as bad as the criminals. So burn out.
Burn off. Solid burn off that, you know. Yeah, man. Make that soak. Good. All right.
What's your burnout, Mark?
My burnout for this week, you don't know, say, guess what I go on now? You have some, especially the taxi driver, them, you don't know, them not to practice hygiene last year. Some of them, because you have some where did wonderful and them make sure them car clean and them smell clean too. But you have some taxi man, them not to do that something there. And as early as the day, not even as late as the evening, as early as the day start, the people them complain when them step in at the vehicle. Because them fresh and your thing are grounds off for them freshness. So me I burn out them taxi man they will know say them nah deal with them thing on a cleanliness level to make sure say boy them clean and fresh, and when the passenger them come in them smell the same kind of freshness there. You know what I mean? I mean I talk the morning settings, me not talk the evening settings where we can give and take. Where we know say that you work hard throughout the day.
Day long, yeah.
All through that you're supposed to smell a certain kind of way, same way. So, burn off them man, they will know, so them now use the rag and a soap and a something there. Yeah, at 2022. Yeah, man. And you know, and the people must say, boy, if you talk about, you know what I mean, the toothpaste too, and toothbrush and them thing there too. You understand? Yeah, good. But big up in all of the taxi man, they will know, so them clean and right still. But you see the one them will go on, so burn off.
Yeah, you have to take pride in what you do. I mean, it's your workspace, it's your job. So, you know, you have to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
Or your clean car forward.
Everything clean. Good.
Straight. All right, so now that we have the big ups and burnouts out the way, you ready?
Yeah, man, we're ready.
Radioland, are you ready?
Internet peeps, are you ready?
happening on the WTS stage. Throwback style.
It's all about future
Fambo.
I'm never sober. Ain't gonna leave until the party. Can't go place that it ain't no soda. What's the scoop? I'm never sober. Ain't gonna leave until the party. Can't go place that it ain't no soda. DUI, so I'm gonna need a chauffeur. I'm never sober. Ain't gonna leave until the party's over. Can't go place, gotta sleep on the sofa. And the next day we gonna do it all over. Rock pineapple juice with Grey Goose. Any man have a girl, then I no use. 60 girl in the place we get introduced. IRIE girls them start break close. Whoa, sipping on petrol, can't find my phone. Lost my car key, but I got a ride home. Maybe if you're not drinking, you on your own. What scoop gets stoned? I'm never sober. Ain't gonna leave until the party's over. Ain't no soda. DUI, so I'm gonna need a chauffeur. Everybody, let's go, never sober. Ain't gonna leave until the party's over. Can't home stay, gotta sleep on the sofa. And the next day we gonna do it all over. Sipping on crystal, no need for no pistol. Uncle Socks walking at the place with a Chris gal. Drinking from Jamaica, Miami back to Bristol. Coulda walk to this gal. Sipping on my yet, baby girl, why my sweat? Gonna tell you something that you never hear yet. Baby, you're the student, Fambo, I teach. One more drink, please, each. I'm never sober. Ain't gonna leave until the party. Ain't no DUI, so I'm gonna need it. Hey, style. Ain't gonna leave until the party. Hey, chance. See, IRIE FM. Man, you don't know. Roxy, walk on Sagano. Roxy, walk on Sagano. 1 glass, 2 glass, 3 glass, drunken dance. Roxy, walk on Sagano. Roxy, walk on Sagano. 1 glass, 2 glass, 3 glass, drunken. Everybody drunken dance. There should never be no something dance. Come on, what is it? I want your man. What's the scoop? You don't know enough. Kashima, up. DJ away. Quote the mark. Nadia, just Roxy, walk on Sagano. Roxy, walk on Sagano. 1 glass, 2 glass, 3 glass, junkin. Everybody junkin dance. There should never be no something dance. Come on, watch the scoop to the junkin dance. Let me teach you the junkin something. Everybody junkin dance. There should never be no something dance. Watch the scoop to the junkin dance. Watch Fambo, what teach you. Walk to the bar like you make a order, then spin round like you not bother, then rock 2 times like a grandfather. Girl, jump 2 times just like a ladder. Search yourself like you a look your shoulder. Look tongue like you had to tell for her mother. Knock down about when the junkie bother. Want to no listen to this junkie brother. We see you girl, so you know me have a look at me like how them a do the junkie sticky. All of the girl them dip on me mind cause them a do the junkie. Cause you ain't no more AK from borderline thing. Then I do the junkie forward long time. Do the junkie killer walk if you feel fine. And say, here, like Beanie Toot. Everybody junkin'. There should never be no something. Come on, watch the scoop to the junkin' dance. Let me teach you the junkin'. Kashima does. Everybody. There should never be no. What quote the back to the. Yes, is pumping, club is jumping. Everybody in the club start drink something. Girl, me herb up and you junkin', pumpkin. People say them head. War and the content, junkin' something. Bring back the thumping. In a tattoo and girls in a tongue ring. Every girl them gone. Bring a girl them. Everybody does. Rocks up. Rocks up. Rocks up. Burn him up. Man. Ooh. Yeah man, we done say. You don't know. What's the scoop and you don't know it up. You know sir future families. You don't know sir IRIE FM. IRIE FM, what's the scope? Shot! Yo, next track. Stay with it. Fresher than the clothes of me wear. Fresher than the car where me steer. So fresh everywhere. What is called fresher than the Prince of Bel-Air. Fresher than the car where me. So fresh everywhere. I'm the song fresh car. Dancehall. Swagger. Y'all them say we. Hey, what's the scope? Turn up, style. Fresher than me, fresher than the clothes that me wear. Fresher than me, fresher than the car when me steer. So fresh, so fresh, so fresh everywhere. Put the mark fresher than the prince. Fresher than me, fresher than the. Fresher than me, fresher than the. So fresh, so fresh, so fresh everywhere. Everybody when dress good, do this. Swagaholic, girl them say we have it. Just and come out of a fresh, ever clean, the haters get. I'm a swagaholic, girl them say we have it. Just and come out of a fresh, ever clean, the haters get. I'm addicted to the swag, Louis Prada Gucci bag. Jump in the Mercy Lago, then I jump into the drag. Got money now, don't check the price tag. Swag where we have it, just I beat them. Exchange a Amani, be a gal one week, that is a Cavalli, be a gal a call me, Gucci and Copano, can select some. Baby, back it up and let me just put it up. Swagger, gal them say we have it. Just and come out, the haters get swagger, gal them say we have it. Just and come out. Swag out, so they send me to the swag free app. So I went here swagging with my Louis bag. Swag doctor said me have a swag 2 bags. So they send me to the mall, cause that's the swag lab. Jump in the Mercy Lago. Everywhere me go, the gal want go. Turning up my, I'm rolling with the what is cool. Swagger, gal them say we have it. Just and come out of my haters can't. IRIE FM. Swagger, gal them say we. Just and come out ever. You know what IRIE FM do? Fresher than we, fresher than the clothes that we wear. Fresher than we, fresher than the car we. So fresh, so fresh, so fresh everywhere. IRIE FM fresher than the Prince of Bel-Air. Pull! Mad! Hold it. What's a big respect and condolence go to Munga for the chop and Red Dragon. You don't know. Get better. Who dead? Red Dragon dead. Munga get chopped. Fambo no drunk. Mad. So, Red Dragon, you don't know. Pass through the thing. Munga, strong up my brother, you don't know. Mad thing. Strike it up.
It's not hard, my swag is easy.
Watch who.
IRIE. Too bad. IRIE. What's this school? Weird Marshall, say so.
Like a lizard on the limb, I am on the beat. Doing me around from head to feet. Nobody violate you, me looks so neat. I got some dogs over here, kick out your teeth. We don't take defeat. If you don't like, we better you go and go
Sean.
We lock uptown and in the streets. You can call me Mr. Industry.
The spaz is easy.
Swag.
Furs on my back and snake on my shoes. Step up in the place like a walking zoo. Yeah, you know me. Me no know you. Your swag is old, my swag is new. Pull up ask them a oh. My friend at a bro, I'm Penny Brother Bro. The telesecurity select them true. So many girls like Moulin Rouge. Nobody can stop my swag, my spaz. All I need is one mic like Nas. Swag won't leave a like Clef did bras. I'm out of this world like Wizard of Oz. Bowling, you thought jazz. Lock down the club like Alcatraz. Take a listen and debating about what we.
I told you before.
Hey Tifa, tell the girl them.
G4 just touched down the yard.
Oh.
Everybody ask where your swag so hot.
Oh.
Shut down fine with my MasterCard. Right, hurry up, press your card. It's another one. Tifa, bring the heat. Jimmy Choo shoes for me to some feet. And Jimmy Choo shoes for me to some feet. And Jimmy Choo shoes for me to some feet.
Cool. And I want you all to know that. 1 second. If you want to reach Future Fambo on Instagram, you don't know FUTUREFAMBIZZLE, Future Fambizzle. You can follow me, and I follow back. On Twitter, it's Future Fambo. You don't know. Facebook, Warren Williams, Future Fambo, mad. Big up my album coming out. Name Evolve, The Uprise. Big up my manager Styles. You don't know. You go check it out. YouTube, Facebook. Let's go. The one and name Future Troubles. When them say Anchor Socks, remember this? So well, Hong Kong be born and a China be live. I mean, yeah, man. You don't know. Big up Sentan. Sentan me born. Parton Pimenta Walk. Kick out. Chris Martin. Jean Paul. Beanie. Man. So well, Hong Kong be born and a China me live. And me originate the karate business. Some boy have one like them inquisitive. Put on me black belt and face get damage. I can't blow them fuse. Get them confused. For enough of them want step in on me shoes. Them I wonder how I me headline the news. Me rob, me grab, me take people back. Experimenting on me musical lab. Come up with a style where the pirate one grab. Chest back, step back, leave it alone. When no dogs are invited, we no low. Hiya! Hiya! Hiya, hiya. Who this a one ya? You follow what is hoop and dance it. Play it back there. Play it back there. Yeah. So who don't know future Fambo? And who don't know future troubles is future troubles. See a future Fambo. Girl them come on me yard yesterday. Rebel a broke fight for Mr. John Body. Sharon and her friend them a bet me say. Me no make her today happier than yesterday. All she have to do is just let me there. Me no busy if a man who want catch me there. Check it out man. Big papa, nutcracker, body rocker, heavy shopper down a foot locker. Never flapper, no snapper, gal dapper. I the girl them prefer. Smooth swinger, vice springer, money finger. Watch the gal them inner. How they get a trendsetter, be a setter. Remember this? Me got to know love, love a girl, love a girl, love a